Hi guys, this is Steve Dean for Titanium Functional Movements in association with Functional Patterns. For today's video tutorial, I'd like to run you through a myofascial release technique for the rectus femoris. The rectus femoris is one of your quadricep muscles, so one of your thigh muscles. It originates at the anterior portion of your iliac spine, so onto your hip, runs right down the center of your leg, over your kneecaps, over the patella, and inserts it into your shin bone, the tibia. It's quite an influential muscle when it gets short and restricted and overactive based on endless amounts of sitting that we do in our environmental culture today. In that, it inhibits gluteal function by leveraging the pelvis into an anterior shift or possibly anterior tilt or both. It coincides with the TFL release, so releasing both of these muscles. So if you've seen one of my videos before about the tensor fascial lateral release, this would be your next go-to area if you're still in a position of anterior tilting with the pelvis, if you've got excessive sway, lower back issues. Releasing this muscle in particular will play dividends for this and also help to fire up the muscles on the opposing side, so gluteus maximus, hamstring group, to get your posterior chain firing efficiently. Okay guys, so for this release, I'm going to use a PVC pipe, nice and cheap and cheerful, quite durable, and it's going to help to get into the deeper layers of the fascia, which is definitely what we want to achieve. Regression from this will be your bog standard foam roller, but once you've used the foam roller for a few weeks, you will find you'll get less pain sensation and you'll probably think, oh, everything's okay. That's only because it's hitting the very superficial, the top layers of the muscle tissue. So we want to start taking it a next stage further, which is where the PVC pipe will come in. You could arguably use a lacrosse ball like you do for the TFL, but you're going to find that it'll take a lot longer to get the release based on the sheer dimension of the muscle tissue. So as you can see, this is going to cover a much bigger surface area and make you more time efficient in your myofascial release techniques. So it's very simplistic to do. All you're going to do is place the PVC pipe to the floor. Whichever leg you're choosing to release, in this case my right leg, I'm going to place my right leg starting more proximal towards the hip. Put yourself into a little bit of a plank type position, so resting on your forearms, being nice and relaxed. Be careful of creating too much excessive sway in your lumbar back, in the lumbar part of your spine, lower back, and tucking the bum under. Just slowly working the PVC pipe forwards and back, looking for some trigger points. Once you find a trigger point, your movement should become a lot more defined and localized into the areas that we need. So don't go onto this and just go forwards and back, which I've seen before with people with a foam roller, and then pretty much stop at that. That's not really going to give your body sufficient amount of time to make the release that's necessary. Once you've done the breakings up of the adhesions and the release, you think that the pain has eased a little bit, swap to the other leg. And once you've done both legs, then you want to go into a lengthening technique. One of the most simplistic ones for this one, providing that you don't have any knee issues in flexion of the knee in the position that I'm currently in now, would be to take yourself again lying down to the floor. If you straighten the whole of your body out, grab hold just around the ankle, don't force your leg, just ease into this, okay? Making sure that both legs now are running alongside parallel with each other. Pulling your heel towards your glutes, but don't take it beyond. Even if you think you're flexible enough, that's just going to put too much strain into the kneecap. So bringing it towards the glutes is suffice, and then leveraging your pelvis, tucking your hips under, you should find that you can get a nice stretch of the rectus femoris. Releasing this muscle, as I've said before, will take away the problems around the lumbopelvic region, but another Good reason for doing this can be if you're suffering from knee pain. The nature of where the muscle goes over the kneecap and inserts into the shin bone, you can imagine a lot of tension developing around that kneecap. So releasing this muscle is paramount if you want to take some of that tension and discomfort away. And basically then you're also neurologically sending signals to your brain and to your body to say that we don't want this muscle working too quickly. It's overactive anyway. We want the posterior chain to be firing up a lot quicker. Okay guys, I hope you found this video tutorial helpful and informative. If you'd like to click on a subscribe onto my YouTube channel, I'd much appreciate it. Any support, any feedback, any questions you'd like to ask, feel free to hit me up with a private message. This is Steve Dean from Titanium Functional Movements, reminding you to release intentionally and not habitually. Till next time, take care.